here with Calvin Say, Speaker Emeritus of the Hawaii State House of Representatives, and I am so happy to see you again.
Thank you very much, Lila. It's a privilege to be here.
What does Speaker Emeritus mean?
Speaker Emeritus probably means just that you're a former speaker, but you have a lot to contribute to the general members of the House. And I've looked at myself more as a mentor, an educator, and sometimes a mediator if there's differences among our colleagues.
And when I was in the House of Representatives many years ago, you were the same person. You had the same role. You were a mentor to many of us.
Maybe I'm a mentor, but more importantly, I felt that everyone has a vote, that's one. And one of the biggest traits that was shared with me by one of our colleagues was the fact that when Lila and Calvin and others get elected to the State House, you throw away your palapala, which is your degree from the University of Hawaii, Notre Dame, etc., because you're one individual with 51 members.
So how did you get elected in the first place?
How I got elected?
Yeah.
I think nobody would believe me, but I think for the old-timers, they probably would. After graduating from high school, I became a dishwasher busboy and paid my way through school.
Here in Hawaii now, right?
Here in Hawaii, being the second child and the oldest son of 5, I had to work my way because my parents were taking care of the other 3 below me and my older sister. So I worked at the Flamingo Chuck Wagon for I did it for 20 years.
Wow.
From 1970, the fall of 1970, during the year I just graduated, till 1990 when we first had our child.
You were in for how many years? Are you still in?
Right now, I'm in my 41st year, yes.
Wow.
The class of 76 with Charlie Toguchi. If you recall, Charlie Campbell, who was the first Afro-American who did the sign waving from Farrington High School, running for office. Chipuwaini, Myra Ueoka from Maui, Richard Caldito Jr. from Maui, Katz Yamada from the Big Island, and others like Robert Dodds, Yoshiro Nakamura from Wailua, Haleiwa, Ted Mina, Tony Novaes, and we were the class of 13 in the classes.
History has always been important to you, not just for information purposes, but also because it really runs through who you are. Your history goes back a long way.
Yes, it does. And it goes back to my great-grandfather that I found out that was buried at the Po'oa Cemetery, Chinese cemetery, that is operated and run by the Ō'Lelo family. But great-grandpa was a rice farmer first. After leaving the plantations, he became a rice farmer on the island of Kauai, the town of Hanalei.
Did you grow up on Kauai?
Every summer, my sister and I used to go at the age of 4 to go back. And that was where you really got to understand life to me. Popo would go out in the mornings, go and pick up the eggs from the chicken coop. My job was to go and pick up the slop, wet waste from our neighbors, and then take it to the pig pen. And then Popo would make the breakfast, where Gung, Grandpa, and Manko would go into the fields. What's fascinating is that we would go into the taro patch after the rice fields were all done. The quota, Lila, was fascinating. 25 bags a day, burlap bags, that's equivalent to 5 paint buckets. And what's so beautiful about it is that when you get your huli, you huli the taro. All I'm looking forward to is the mama taro because that's the biggest.
Now this definitely, their background influences your philosophy and your concerns that are now going on in the community.
Tremendously. And I'm really worried. Trying to understand where we came from. The plantation era, where we had our Jichang, Bachang, the plantations, to where we are today and where we're headed for. Life has changed, but a lot of my friends and neighbors say, Lila, it's evolution. Just accept it as evolution and let's move on.
Well, your role as Speaker Emeritus is very important right now in the legislature, as you said, because you share not only history, but also the vision of healthy families.
Yes.
And children becoming more aware of who they are and connecting with others. I'm sorry this program is, our time is over right now.
Oh, that's okay, but I'll be happy to come back many a time.
Yes, I'm going to invite you because what you say is really important in how we have to work together with each other.
Yes.
We've been sharing some time with Speaker Emeritus Calvin Say from the Hawaii State Legislature.